Somebody came across my desk. I follow Dawn Butler on Facebook, so I thought, what's going on, Dawn? She just put down a letter, another letter of concern. I was like, oh no, not after Ford. I mean, we got the Ford report where the Labour Party's kicked racism down the road indefinitely. Oh, what could be? Don't tell me there's something else. What's new? Is there another thing? Well, unfortunately, there's another thing. She just crafted this letter in the last 48 hours now. Thought I'd better read it to you. Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. Dawn Butler MP, titles. Richard Sharp and Tim Davey, Chairman and Director General, British Broadcasting Company, BBC Broadcasting Centre, W01 Wood Lane, London, W12 7TP. 17th of February. Okay. Office of Dawn Butler, House of Westminster, London, SW1 088. Dear Richard and Tim, we are writing to outline our concerns regarding the recent removal of the first and only Black, Asian and minority ethnic executive from Newsgroup Board and the consequences of this decision for ensuring that BBC News has the efficacy and diversity needed to make it fit for both present and for the future. So, the last person of colour on the Newsgroup Board, they just got rid of. Okay, let's go on. This decision has come as a shock and has left the board now all white, which is, in fact, a breach of BBC guidelines that divisional boards should be filled by Black, Asian and minority ethnic executives. Sounds a little bit like my old workplace where 90% black kids are running around, but the senior leadership team were 100% white. Wow, could I have been living in a microcosm? Let's continue. This matter also suggests a deeper ongoing cultural and managerial issue at the BBC, which is in effect increasing the cynicism among ethnic minority audiences whilst decreasing the levels of trust they have in the institution, i.e. everyone's starting to get the impression that you're a bit racist and people of colour don't trust you anymore. A little bit like my old workplace. Let's carry on. There have been several incidents which have encapsulated the problems which myself, my colleagues, as well as the wider public are having with the content at the BBC. There have been several incidences which have encapsulated the problems which myself, my colleagues, as well as the wider public are having with the content at the BBC. Famalam? Maybe? And that BBC News have commented in defence of this, that two positions, Head of Human Resources and Head of International, remain to be filled, leading to the suggestion that they will be filled by Black, Asian and minority ethnic executives. Basically they're going, oh, there are two jobs that haven't been filled, and so don't worry, everyone's white now, but these two jobs haven't been taken. Okay, let's carry on. Even if these positions are filled by Black, Asian and minority ethnic individuals, the filling of the positions in HR and international will not go far enough in tackling the significant issues BBC News faces in serving UK audiences with relevant news content, i.e. the people that you put in there don't make news articles that an individual, an educated black man like myself would want to listen to. In fact, they'll probably come up with stuff that offends me on a regular basis. Oh yeah, that's what happens. Let's carry on. Recent issues include the disciplining of presenter Naga Manchetti for her comments regarding Donald Trump, which were subsequently overturned, outlined the experiences that people of colour have endured throughout their careers at the BBC. At the time, over 100 MPs wrote to Tony Hall, who in his reply said, "Diversity matters hugely to me, and the success of the BBC is built on the equality and diversity of our people." The quality and diversity of your workforce. Do you think that translates into education and schools? Sorry, let's carry on. The use of a racial slur in the news report last year was entirely unacceptable, which was originally defended by the BBC. Within the management structure, there have also been a number of incidences which have sent similar messages. For example, the removal of Ahmed Kamal represents a significant downgrade in the BBC's intent to diversify thought and leadership. These actions further add to the concerns and cynicism among the licence fee payers and subsequently as MPs who represent them. You're going on on a bit racist, my friends. You're going on racist. And hey, we pay for this. And you're meant to be showing us stuff that interests us, and you're racists. I'm reading between the lines. Very well crafted document, by the way, Dawn. Very well crafted. Let's carry on. The appointment of the first Black, Asian and minority ethnic executive to the news group board 2 years ago represented a step in the right direction. This was an encouraging announcement and was one that many hoped would be the start of a process for the BBC to diversify leadership, but subsequent events have not borne this out. We are aware of the distress that has been experienced from ethnic minority white and female staff within the BBC. The email sent out on behalf of Fran Unsworth to staff outlining the BBC's intent to modernise the BBC News Department will now undoubtedly contribute to anxiety felt by many of those working internally. In today's Britain, the existence of all-white boards are rightly challenged in politics, business and across public life because we know, that it is diversity at the top, as well as at all levels in an organisation that is vital to ensuring the best and most informed decisions are made. When allegations of racism come to the forefront, we would expect people of colour to be an equal part of the leadership team dealing with these issues. I.e., like my last place, where they tried to say a black man like me, was racist to a Jamaican parent. With no written complaint from the Jamaican parent, they just decided that what they heard was racist. As well as using underhanded means, getting kids to record phone conversations and then going, look what we've got. In any other realm of life, that would never be accepted. But yes, schools use children to record conversations with black teachers if they don't like it. And while I'm giving that kick-ass speech to mum and mum's going, yeah, cool, thank you. And kids going, yeah, takes that into school and the school goes, that's racist against white people. That's what's going on in schools right now. With an all-white board who have deemed what they heard as racist. No black person on that board to add balance saying, he's being kick-ass. Let's carry on. As long as these issues are dealt with an all-white leadership, the trust that licence fee-paying members of the public will have will continue to decrease. Kind of like, as long as you've got a complete white senior leadership team, the trust that teachers will have in any disciplinary process within an organisation like a school will continue to diminish or decrease, right? We can draw parallels, right? Let's carry on. We would like to know how the BBC intends to deal with its all-white news board and lack of diversity at leadership level. How did the removal of Kamal Ahmed from the board assist the BBC in its efforts to increase diversity at the top? Why did the BBC directly breach its own rules on diversity? There have been some significant improvements across content on behalf of the BBC. Series such as Small Axe and I May Destroy You represent that there is clear intent to show the stories of those voices were unheard. Nevertheless, it is not reflected in the leadership, and it is important for our group of MPs to know how the BBC attempts to rectify this situation on behalf of the people we represent. The BBC is a unique institution in that, come on Dawn, right? The BBC is a unique institution in that, in its position as being nationally funded whilst being free from government control, yes, it has a responsibility to those who pay for their licence fees to represent them. It is the BBC's duty to get diversity right and reflect all of us who ensure its existence. Signed, Dawn Butler MP, titles. Okay, now, very well crafted letter by Dawn Butler. In other words, for the layman, hey bruv, you're being a bit racist, yeah? What you did here was racist, yeah? This racist 2 plus racist 2 equaled racist 4. And you was like, cool with that. And we were like, that's racist 4. And you were like, yay. Well, no, that's racist. But you seem to already know that. So, how do we fix this track record of racism and discrimination that you have? And get some people of colour up in there to stop you from doing it? That's a very good question, and one that I hope to try and overcome in the next few weeks while I make these blogs. Don't complain about shit that you see on the BBC, right? If you're not interested in something like this. Because the BBC just got rid of the last black ethnic minority person on its board. No more black people. They didn't say if they were black, they didn't say if they were Asian. They might have been Asian. If they were Asian, that was been the last person of colour in there repping black people. If they were black, well, there's none of us in there. Okay? Don't watch stuff on TV, then complain about it, and then not be interested at something like this. Well, how do we manifest our concern? This also goes on to have a list of MPs who have... Remember, we're talking about the BBC, Britain's most powerful institution in terms of media. The BBC that lost episodes of The Real McCoy for 30 years. The same BBC that destroyed the career of one of my heroes. And if you know my channel, you know who he is. The same BBC with all the pedophile scandals. R.I.P. Felix Dexter. Need you now. Let me go on with the list of names of concerned people who are concerned that the most powerful media mouthpiece in the world, or comparatively in the world, England anyway, might be doubling down on its racism. Who's concerned? Let's go for it. Diane Abbott, MP, Hackney. Thank you, Diane. I've got my problems with Diane Abbott, but she's put her name to the right thing. Afzal Khan, MP for Manchester. Thanks, Afzal. Black, Asian. We need to be seeing that, right? Paula Barker, MP, Liverpool. Thanks, Paula. Ian Lavery, MP, Wansbeck. Thank you, Ian. Asparna Begum. Begum, that's Bangladeshi, innit? I always like my Bangladeshi students. They were really funny. Bangladeshi girls are funny. Poplar and Limehouse. Go on, Asparna, right? Emma Lewell Buck, MP for South Shield. Thanks. I'm not sure if everyone here is black, but everyone here is signing because they're concerned about what looks like the BBC doubling down on its racism. That BBC. The BBC that lost The Real McCoy. I said that already, but I'll say it again. The BBC that didn't commission Douglas. Let's carry on. Olivia Blake, MP for Sheffield. Hallam. Thank you, Olivia. Baroness Christine Blower. Thank you, Baroness. Richard Burgess, MP for Leeds. Thanks, Richard. Ian Byrne, Liverpool, West Derby. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Right? It's a serious thing. I appreciate the concern. I'm serious. Like, I can't complain. I can't complain about the narrative if I don't see a black narrative being crafted. I'm not going to sit around and moan about it. I'm going to do it myself, right? I'm going to define a black narrative. That's what this video is. I'm defining a black narrative, right? And my narrative is, right now, this is a very serious thing, and I'm thanking all the MPs that are putting their name to this very serious issue about diversity in the BBC. No ethnic minority people on the board at the BBC. Thanks, Ian. Dan Cardell, MP for Liverpool. Thanks, Dan. Baroness Shami Chakrabarti. You don't ever want to cheat on the Chakrabarti system, man. One will have you on TV, the other one will have you in court with evidence and blah, blah, blah. Hardcore sisters. Big up the Chakrabartis. Thank you, Baroness Shami Chakrabarti. Rosie Cooper, MP, Islington North. Thanks, Rosie. Well, sorry, Rosie Cooper, West Lancashire. Way up there. Thanks, Rosie. Right Honourable Jeremy Corbyn, MP for North London. Of course, for North Islington, of course. MP for North London, mate. Nice one, Jez. Thank you. Stella Creasy, Walthamstow. Thank you, Stella. Right? And I'm starting to hear Janet Darby, Lewisham East. Thank you, Janet. You know, when you follow these things, the MPs that have the genuine concern, their names seem to come up again and again. You start to know the names, right? Alan Durans, MP for Ayr, Carrick and Cumnock. That sounds like far away, but thank you, Alan. Thanks for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Clive Efford, MP for Eltham. Stephen Lawrence, Eltham. Thank you, Clive. Thank you, Clive, for that. Appreciated. Florence Eshalomi, MP. I've heard that name for Vauxhall. Thank you, Florence. Thanks for that. Dr. Stephen Farry, MP for North Down. I don't know where North Down is, but thank you. Thank you for putting your name to this. Mary Kelly Foy, MP for City of Durham. Thank you, Mary. Barry Gardner, MP for Brent North. That's in London. You better. Thanks, Barry. Helen Davis, MP for Dulwich and West Norwood. You're in London. Thank you very much, Helen. Rachel Hopkins, MP for Luton South. Thank you, Rachel. You got black people living up there. Better put your name down on that. Rupert Huck, MP for East Central and Acton. You're in London. Thank you for that. Dame Diana Johnson, DBE, MP. Titles. Kingston upon Hull. Thank you for that, Dame Diana. Thank you. Thank you for that. Kim Johnson, MP for Liverpool Riverside. Thank you, Kim. Barbara Keeley, MP for Wolseley and Eccles South. I don't know whether I'm going to have to go on the map and find out where that is, but thank you, Barbara. Thanks for that. More names to come. Clive Lewis, MP for Norwich South. Thank you, Clive. I keep seeing your name popping up for the right stuff. Good, thank you. Keep it up. Right, Caroline Lucas, MP for Brighton Pavilion. Down in Brighton. Thank you, Caroline. Right Honourable John McDonnell, MP for Hayes and Harlington. Right, I know the Harlington, Bedford. Right, hey, yes. I know that train, that Network South East line, going down that way for Hayes. Thank you, Right Honourable John McDonnell. Thank you for that. Anne McLaughlin, sounds Scottish. Yes, Glasgow North East, way up in Glasgow. Thank you for that, Anne McLaughlin. Right, Navendu Mishra, Stockport. Right, I used to work with my boss. My old boss was a Mishra. Right, thank you for that, Navendu, Stockport. Right, Layla Moran, Oxford West and Abingdon. That's like, I used to rave in Oxford. I've spent a lot of my teens in Oxford. I used to love it up there. I used to rave in Oxford all during the 90s when the rave scene was up in Oxford. Oxford is responsible for some of my best memories. 19, 20, 21. I was up in Oxford all the time. Thank you for that. Oxford West Abingdon, Layla Moran. Thank you, Layla. Graham Morris, MP for Easington. I'm going to have to get a map out after this. Easington, like, thank you very much. This is a serious issue, right? Diversity in the BBC and what they're going to be programming to us and what they're going to show us and what they're going to decide to show us or not show us, right? Kate Asamoah, MP. Edmonton, you better put your name on this, Kate. Just up the road, stone's throw, right? You're just up there. Yeah, Kate, thank you, Kate, right? Come on, you're from the manor anyway. You can take it, right? Belle Ribeiro Addy for Streatham. I keep seeing your name popping up as well, Belle. Nice one. Thank you very much for putting your name to this very important document. Lloyd Russell Moyle, MP for Brighton Kempton. Still way down in Brighton. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've been down to Brighton. I've spent a few up in the Brighton Pavilion. I saw Prodigy down in Brighton. You can go down in Brighton and chill on the beach. Brighton's cool, man. Brighton's a good place to be, a cool place to go to and visit, right? If you've got enough money, you can, go down there, hire a hotel for the weekend. Brighton's cool, right? And Lloyd Russell Moyle, MP, to put his name to this document. Thank you, Lloyd, right? Virender Sharma, MP for Ealing Southall. You're in London. Thank you very much. Of course you were going to. Andrew Slaughter, MP for Hammersmith. Thank you, Andrew. Diversity. I'm sure this is... I don't know if this is 100% Labour or if this is bipartisan with everybody. I'm not seeing any of the Tory names, because you're not going to be in there, are you? Right, Andrew Slaughter. Jamie Stone, MP for Caithness, Sutherland and Easter Ross. Once again, thanks, Jamie. I don't even know where that is, Jamie, but you've put your name down to your concern about diversity in the BBC, especially no black people being on the board of the BBC. Thank you for that, right? Zara Sultana, MP for Coventry South. Thank you, Zara. Thank you. All the way up in Coventry, you've got a sizable black and Asian population up there. Thank you very much. Stephen Timms, MP for East Ham. Big Asian community in East Ham. Yeah, Stephen Timms coming through. Yeah, Claudia Webb, right? Leicester East, big Asian population up there in Leicester and black people up there in Leicester. Thank you for that, Claudia. Nadia Whittam, Nottingham, Shottingham. Sorry about that. I know it shouldn't be. I know. Sorry, but we know it as Shottingham. So you've got a little bit of work to do, mind you. You were the only place to firebomb the police station. Black. Yeah, black. Nice one, right? Shottingham. Nadia Whittam MP, but you know, yeah, allow it. Try and go the educational route, blah blah blah. Unless it's time for insurrection, but try and go the educational route, right? Shottingham, Nadia Whittam from Nottingham. Thank you very much, Nadia. And Beth Winter, MP for not Cynon Valley. Cynon Valley? Is that you spell it? Cynon Valley. I don't know whether that sounds like Welsh. Sounds like Wales. And Lord Tony Woodley and Lord Tony Woodley. Jeez. Thank you, Lord Tony. And Baron Simon Woolley of Woodford. Thank you, Baron Simon Woolley of Woodford, for putting your name down to this most important of documents. Thank you, Baron and Lord. Baron, you Lord. Barons and Lords have got the names on this, you know. Hold on. Hang on. There's a page missing there, right? There's got to be. Hold on. Let me go back to the form one on the YouTube. Boom. Yeah, there's what I read to you. Then there's that. And there's the first lady. Sorry. What? What? Do you know whose name is not on that? Whose name is not on that very important document about diversity in the BBC? The same BBC that lost the Royal McCoy for 30 years. That BBC, institutionally racist BBC, that had its pedophiles running around for the longest. That's why you couldn't, as a black person, you couldn't get a job in the BBC in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. It was impossible unless you was going to be an effeminate children's presenter. Oh, hi, blah, blah, blah. Then they would love you. Whose name is not on that document? Because you can't complain about what you see on TV and not be interested in something like this. And in something like this, where's David Lammy's name? MP for Tottenham. You can't tell me there's not one person from Tottenham right now that's not pissed off about what's on the BBC right now and the way the BBC is going on and the shit that they've been giving us and the careers that they've destroyed, yeah? And the careers they've stifled of black genius. You'd want to see someone on the boards, right? At least a person of colour, let us know we've got a chance to see something good coming through, right? Are we going to let them keep cherry picking our best and brightest off the internet? Whose name's not on there? Are you telling me David Lammy's name's not on there? No, because it finishes at the bottom. It finishes at the bottom. Damn, let me show you. It finishes at the bottom. Right? Finishes at the bottom. You see that down there? Those are the last two names. David Lammy's not on there. Don't live in Tottenham and then complain about stuff. Get out your MP. This is disgraceful. The only reason why I'm not shouting right now is because it's 1 a.m. in my house. And I keep hitting the table and it's shaking the camera, but I'm extremely angry and I want to use profanity, but I used so much profanity in the last video that I think I need to reel it back a bit. But this is some traitorous, double-dealing, turncoat, step-and-fetching, Sambo, jigaboo, coon action. Is it not? Can someone quantify this in some other manner which my brain will take in? Because David Lammy's name is not on that, MP for Tottenham's name is not on that, and there are no black people on the board in the BBC, on the newsroom, anything. It's 100% white, 100% like the place that I just came from, with black people running around. But the parents tolerate it. Malcolm X said, you hand your children over to some half-wits right now. Teaching's not what it was, with teachers that have been there for that, like, you know, where you can go back and see old sir where sir's there. No, but you go back, you're going to see some 22, 23 rosy-cheeked person out there who's going to give your kid a lecture on black history. That's what's going on in education. Apathy is ruining your children in education. You're going to be apathetic about what you see on TV as well. You can do something about this. You live in Tottenham, get onto Twitter. yeah, and ask David Lammy why his name is not on this. Why is David Lammy's name not on the Ford report into racism in the Labour Party? Why is David Lammy's name not on this inquiry as to why there's no black and Asian minority ethnic people? Look, I'm using the term just blah, 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 on the BBC. The BBC that done Felix dirty. What are you going to do? Just sit around, yeah? Get onto Twitter and go talk to your MP for Tottenham. I don't believe there's no black people in Tottenham that don't think like me. Are you joking? There's no black people in Tottenham that don't think like me. Right? Don't complain about what you see on TV if your MP ain't doing shit about it.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not